Yeah, when I think about it now, I feel like crying. And so it became this family thing. They're allowing for mommy to get better.
Yes.
Because I told them I'm not sick,
Yeah,
but I don't feel well.
Because there's
Something
a higher
is
calling
bothering
that's
me.
calling to you, but you don't know what it is.
Yes.
Oof, okay.
So as fate would have it, my dear darling husband bought the ticket for me and said, here is a ticket. When do you want to leave?
And now this time you've already decided where you're going? Like, had you had that discussion?
I said I'm going to come home.
Oh, you said you want to go to Kenya.
How they
so
say
the international is going to Kenya. Go back to what you know, your home,
and listen,
your homeland.
And
listen to the earth.
The Kikuyu say, what does Kikuyu say?
What do they say? I don't know what they say. What do they say? About what?
When nothing else is working, you go back to where you were born,
your roots,
and listen to what your ancestors are saying.
Hi, I'm your host, Roseanne Kamau, a certified nutrition coach with a background in psychology. Here on Hey Sugar Podcast, you will learn how to live a healthy and sustainable lifestyle without dieting. I'll be teaching you practical tips that you can incorporate in your unique lifestyle. I am going to help you break any dieting mindset traps and show you that a healthy and sustainable lifestyle is doable. So if you're ready to change your life for good and create a healthy and sustainable lifestyle for yourself, then this is for you. Let's go. You know, anytime I think about skincare, I have someone that I think about. When we think about the holistic lifestyle and how do you live a healthy lifestyle, one of the best ways to know whether your body is healthy is through your skin. Now, this friend of mine, I remember meeting with her and she was in the skincare industry. And she started telling me how she got into the skincare industry was because she had acne. Me, I looked at her skin. I looked at it and I was like, girl, there's no way in the world you had acne because you do not look it at all because she has such beautiful, flawless skin. She looks amazing. And one of the things that I love about her is her big, big, big heart. A heart of gold. She is loaded with faith. That's another thing that I'm really drawn to her. And obviously her value of family and relationships. You guys, I want you to stay plugged in here because this is going to be an episode that you are going to get a lot of life lessons. She is so wise and I love listening to her because she's always dropping nuggets. Yes, she's smiling. Yes, she's laughing. But in between the laughing and the smiling, she has depth and wisdom. Paris, welcome to our Hey Sugar podcast. I am so excited to have you here.
I am super excited to be here. It's about time
we did this.
Yeah.
And you know what we're going to do? You know, a little bit earlier before the show, we were talking, listen, part of the wisdom I was talking about, we were talking about how you had your baby when you were so young.
Imagine that.
And you were saying if you would do it again, you would actually, you wouldn't want to change anything.
Not at all.
Why would you not want to change anything yet? That journey was so difficult. Do you want to first take us back?
Sure. Paris Boudet is a girl that was born somewhere in the village, somewhere in Nanyuke. And then I was born to, of course, like everybody else, to a mom and dad who loved me.
Yes.
But as fate would have it, I'm not going to dwell into this detail, but my mom was a second wife.
Okay.
So for that, my childhood, I felt like I was always struggling for daddy love. There was that. Yeah. I had those issues of daddy love. Yes. Just wanting, being the firstborn of my mother, I was so close to my dad for whatever reason. Daddy girls, this, that, special board.
I know that with my girls, and I'm sure you've seen that with your girls too and their dad.
Exactly. So, so that's where I was born. Yeah. Anyway, to speed it up, when I was growing up, I had an auntie, my mom's sister, who lived in UK, married to a British man. Okay. And I would look at her life and I would be like, I think her life is better than my mom's. Not because my mom's life was bad, but I love that she traveled. She dressed a certain way that my mom didn't. Okay. And I was like, and she looked like she has money too, because every time my mom was in trouble, it seems like she was always there. And this is because my mom got sick at some point and she was admitted in hospital for so long. And I remember dad saying, we went through a lot. Okay. It's a story I've written in my book. And the family was struggling financially somewhere. And I remember her coming to the rescue of my mom hospital bill. And that's what I thought. Kwani, those people who go abroad, they somehow sweep money somewhere.
Money comes from trees.
So anyway, so when I went to high school, all I wanted is to finish and go to uni or college abroad. I told my father that, Dad, I don't want to go to any Kenyan college. Not because I don't like them, but I want to go abroad. Something just told me I belong abroad. That's what I thought then.
Yes.
Not
yes.
now. I don't believe
Then,
that anymore.
then.
But then,
Yeah,
young
yeah.
me
Yes.
believed that my life can only be good there.
Yes.
Yeah. And so, so I packed and left when I was 18. I went to UK.
Okay.
Of course, my mom used to be very strict. She was a very strict mom to me, being her firstborn. So I wasn't allowed to mingle a lot with people, and especially opposite sex.
Oh,
you know?
even you grew up in that kind of, because my mom was the same way. My parents were,
If you are rated, and it's those days of being chaperone,
yes,
you will be.
Listen, I was not even allowed to wave at them. Dude, continue. Oh, yes.
So, and I loved boys.
Yes.
Let me admit that. I loved boys. I love men company.
Yes.
I loved it.
Of course.
So when I went to UK, I was like, wow.
Freedom.
I can hang with boys, men, you name it.
Yes.
You mean I can go out? We were not allowed to go out to movies. We were not allowed to go out. That time was disco.
It was disco. We
were not. We were allowed to go to Keshas.
Yes.
We go to church. I was in church choir. I was in school choir. All those things was allowed. Yeah. But nightclub and those stuff, my mom was not for them. Yes. So now I go to UK and I'm like, freedom. I went wild. Not wild as in, honestly, I wasn't smoking. I wasn't even drinking, but I loved dancing.
Okay.
So I was always on the weekend. I'm looking for girlfriends that I met there and cousins and whatever. Where is it happening? Where's
the action at?
Where's the action? I was naive. Yes. This girl who has come from really, I didn't even stop at Nairobi. Nile,
Nyanyuki, and you went straight to the UK.
Yes. To the UK.
Yes.
And here I am now, excited, went to school. I am also doing some manual job to sustain me and everything. And went to this house party that I was invited. My girlfriend that I met in the hotel was working. And also in the residence I was living was a student residence. There was students who were ahead of us,
Yes.
So I met them and they're like, there's this party happening. It's a house party. Yeah. I'm like, I'm working. I have to sustain myself. I don't have time for parties. They're like, but Paris, we'll pick you up because I was doing class in the morning. Afternoon, you're working until about 9-10 p.m. And the following day, you repeat. Yes. And especially on the weekend, when you're not going to school is when you're working. Yeah. So they're like, we'll pick you up and then we'll drop you home. And that's when I met, to cut the long story short, that's when I met my husband.
I don't want you to cut the short, but okay.
On the house party, he was drinking. Remember, I was a Christian girl.
You're a Christian girl.
So my husband is seated in a corner, drinking some water. And everybody is crazy dancing on this house party.
Well, he wasn't your husband then, so you saw a dude.
Just
you saw
like
a guy.
A dude that I've
guy.
seen. A tall, handsome guy.
Yes.
Seated in a corner drinking
So hold on.
water.
So when you see him, you do notice him?
Yeah, I
You think he's handsome?
My friends, because they had already been drinking, they were already drinking, they went straight to dancing floor. Okay. But me, I'm shy. I've just come from work. Yes. Niko shy kidogo. I wasn't drinking those days. So I'm like, I need to first sit. Now, Rosan, you know me, you think I'm talkative. You think I talk. You think I'm out. My God, I was so shy.
Really?
I swear when I started dating my husband, people would ask, why are you dating a baby? She don't say much. I never used to talk. I'd be somewhere and I would be timid. I would be this just beautiful girl seated, just sussing people, looking at you, leading you. Yeah. So I went and sat in my naughty corner, just reading at people and seeing what. And then I saw this dude just seated there looking all good in black. I remember he was wearing a black shirt, black pants, and a little bit of white hair. He was looking really good with a very nice haircut.
And when you say white hair, it's in there. For those who are listening to the podcast and not watching, it's in his shoulder area.
Yes. And honestly, he was just sipping a glass of water, just drinking water. Okay. What I did not know is this dude had been drinking. He was taking a break from drink. He's taking water because amefika kiwango.
He has done enough.
He's done enough now. No more alcohol. Let me take it chill. So when he look at me now, I'm also drinking water. So I thought that look was like my type.
Okay.
My girl, my kind of girl. See all those there? Dancing, drinking, smoking? Nah, my kind. You girl, whatever. My type.
Yes.
Right there, the connection. But he was high. So he was... So he came to me. I saw if my husband was here. You ask him. The first time he told me, when he asked me my name, he had, I said, Danny. He said, And then he was like, what sort of a girl has a name like Dennis? Dennis is a boy name. I said Paris, but because he was loud he was drunk,
he heard Dennis.
But because he was attracted to me, he was like, I'm not arguing with the name. I'll ask this, I love that day. This is a story for another day.
Yes.
How a beautiful girl
like
can
this
be
one?
called
Dennis. Yeah.
So then he was like, why are you drinking water? I go, I don't drink alcohol. And he goes, I don't drink alcohol too. So I guess, I swear he lied to me. The first.
But you didn't know then in that moment.
But you know, because he knew if he tell me he drink alcohol, now he's lost the connection.
Yes, correct.
He was smart, man.
But hold on, were you also did you feel the connection with him the first day?
I did straight up.
Oh, okay.
And then we started talking. My husband then, it's weird for us for people who know us now, they think I talk more, he's quiet, but then he was the talkative.
Okay.
So he was just, guiding the conversation, asking this. Then eventually he asked me to dance. Whoa, he was a good dancer. Okay. And remember I told you I didn't drink, but I love dancing.
You love dancing.
So I was like, wow, okay, I can go out and dance,
and dance
all night and not drinking.
Listen.
This is good. So anyway, because we had come late, so we didn't stay for long. I think we stayed in that party for maybe 2 hours. Okay. And as a gentleman he offered to take us home. So he's like, oh, my friend and I came. He wasn't the one even driving. His friend was driving. Okay. I'll ask my friend if we can take you home. I'm like, you don't even know where home is. Right. So how are you taking me home? Girl, I don't care. Whatever you leave, I'm taking you home. That's his story. I met the guy that way. But let me tell the listeners, the following day I found out the guy drink. Because the following day he invited me for dinner. He's like, we need to go out for dinner tomorrow. I'll pick you up. So we go for dinner and he asked for alcohol. And I was like, it's taken out like you're
taken aback, yeah.
Not only is he drinking, he was smoking then. Those days, yeah. Okay. He even was smoking. Okay. And I hated smokers. But the connection was so strong. Now I'm like, Paris, you came abroad to do this now. You're now dating dudes that are
how many months is this now? Since
doing that is more.
No. That you met him and now you're dating.
Oh,
how long from coming to Kenya? From Kenya.
I met him, I would say, in Kenya.
So you're already 1 year in the UK.
In the UK. Okay. That's why I had made friends. I didn't even go to house. It was within a year. Okay. But funny enough, it was only 6 months. He's just been in UK
for 6 months. For 6 months. So you went there before him.
Before him.
Got it. 6 months before him. Okay.
So and then but the connection was strong. And Lord behold, I just told him I hate smokers. By the way, he now don't smoke. By the way, he stopped smoking when our daughter was born. Okay. But anyway, the rest is history. We now started dating. Before you know it, we were so in love that I now want to move with him. And he's like, oh, okay, I think I also move, because I was living somewhere so far from him. It was like, he was living in Watford, I was living it was so far. Yes. For those who know UK.
I know the book. No, you've written the story in your book. Yes. So that would be awesome if you want to know more, get this book. We're going to put it right here on the screen. Yeah. Because you write that story so beautifully about how you met him. Yes. So when you meet him, you move in.
We move in together. He was living alone. I was living alone in the student sort of arrangement accommodation. Okay. So he couldn't come there. Yeah. You see, it's a student place. We shared kitchen. We shared. So I felt awkward having my boyfriend coming over there. Yeah. But I also felt awkward going to his place and spending the night.
Was he also living in a student kind of house?
No, but it was kind of studio. You know how you rent, different kind of,
a studio, basically a one room.
So we thought now we look for a place together and live there. Okay. Hey, we're living in sin. Let's put it that way. And then my auntie who loved me so much, I remember I went to UK through my auntie, my mom's sister, had an apartment, a 2-bedroom apartment. And, then she said she could rent it for me. Oh. Now, I'm not telling her that I want to rent this apartment to come live with
my boyfriend.
This apartment, there was a cousin living there. So she's like, you take 1 bedroom, your cousin will live in the other. Okay. I'm not saying that I'm going to live with my...
No, you're not. You haven't said it yet.
So I got the apartment. Okay. When I moved in, my auntie was furious about it.
No, hold on. Because now when you moved in, you then brought
with a boyfriend,
She brought her boyfriend in, girl. She brought her boyfriend in.
Because the boyfriend and I will be paying rent.
Yes.
I couldn't afford 2-bedroom apartment rent. And it was in a beautiful place, Acton. It was a new apartment. So anyways, my auntie is so mad. Like, this girl, you came from Africa. I remember how actual words. You came from Africa to waste your life. You're now in a relationship. You're checking in with a man. He's now married you. Yeah. You are only 19. what's gotten into you, girlfriend? If your mom find out this,
because now she's basically the one who's responsible for
she's
your
just trying.
outlook.
Honestly, now that I think about it, I hated her then. But now that I have kids of my own, she was just trying to.
She was looking out
her.
for you.
Yes. So, but I didn't listen, and she didn't kick us out that particular minute. We continued living there. But as soon as we moved in there, I was due to come to Kenya for holiday.
Okay.
So during the school holiday, I came to Kenya. Then I was here for like 3 weeks, I believe. 3 weeks. Then went back. When I went back, immediately when I went back, I got pregnant. I didn't know it was pregnancy because I started having stomach ache and everything. And my husband, my boyfriend, then would tell me, "Is a mamukimo and chapati that you are eating in Kenya."
So essentially, you are most likely pregnant when you're in the UK. So when you come back to Kenya,
I think so.
Yeah,
you know,
when you go back is when you realize you're pregnant.
Yeah. And then he's like, "Oh, you're eating those cheap boys or bajias, Kenya samosas. You're not used to that diet. You've been here for a minute. Maybe that's what." But it went on for another week. I'm puking in the morning. So I was like, we need to go see a doctor. And that's when we went to see my GP. And Lord behold, I was told I was pregnant. I was really furious. I was sad. I didn't know how I was going to break this news to my mom. I felt like I've let my whole clan down. Like they sent me here to study, to be somebody, to change maybe my lineage. And now here I am, pregnant at this age. How now? You're pregnant. How? But as my fate would have it, my husband was so happy. I'm going to be your daddy. I'll never forget. He was doing that.
You told me that story.
Yeah. But me, I'm crying.
Yes.
That how can we even do this? We are not in a position to raise a child. We are children ourselves. We don't even know what we want to be at. How are we going to have a baby? And that's how I became pregnant with this man. And... And we were kicked out of my auntie place because...
She kicked you out?
Yeah. Yo. We were kicked out because she was like, I cannot have that man. She was just furious.
Of course,
how did you make my niece pregnant at this age? Yeah. Why did you take advantage? But really, he didn't take advantage because the age between me and him is only 2 years age. Yeah. So it's not like he was old man taking advantage.
It takes two to tangle,
It takes two.
It takes two to tangle.
I just enjoyed the freedom of
a little bit much.
Then I was supposed to. To be honest, I was scared. To be honest, when I look back, I also at that time, hated myself somewhat. I did. Because I was like, you promised your mother so much. You've let her down. Yeah. You promised yourself. Forget my mother. Yeah. I promised myself so much. And I felt like now it's all done. Now I'm going to be this housewife. Nothing wrong with the housewife. But at that age, can you imagine? I was like, at this young age, okay. Also, looking back a little bit, let's go back a little bit. I said my mom was married as a second wife because she got pregnant with me. So I was like, history now is repeating itself. I'm going to be my mom now. I'm going to end up settling. I'm going to end up living life that maybe I didn't want because I'm pregnant. Even though I was in love with my boyfriend then, so much in love with him. But my scare was this. Does he love me the same way? Will he want to marry me now? Does he even want a baby? You get what I mean?
Yes.
It's maybe now it's about time he's gonna learn and leave me and my child. I thought about all those things. But fair enough, I thought even, should I do abortion? But I was like, I'm a Christian. Yeah. We don't do that. Yeah. I don't think I want to live with that. Yeah. But as fate would have it, as I was scared like that, he was also scared, but was ready. He's the one who was now telling me, I know this is scary. I'm also scared. Wow. I know we don't know how we're going to become parents, but we'll learn together. I know we don't have money, but we'll figure it out along the way. We have 9 months to figure out how this little one that is inside you going to come out of this, what kind of parent she's going to have or he. So because of his support and his strength, I was like, okay, maybe it's okay.
Yeah, and did that also quell the fears you had, the questions you're asking? Is he ready? Does he even want this? Him just saying that made you feel much more calmer, and you're like, okay, I think we can do this together.
And also it sort of gave me the guarantee I was looking for. He's not settling. I also didn't want him to settle. He's a young man.
Yes,
I don't
yes.
want you to settle.
Yeah.
I remember me telling him, I don't want you to marry me because I got pregnant.
This
with
is the
your
wisdom
baby."
I'm talking about, man. Yani, at that age, that's what you were thinking.
Yeah, he actually,
Wow.
Lusan, at that age, he gave me an engagement ring. I refused it. I let him down in front of his friend because I felt he was just giving me an engagement ring because I'm pregnant with this child. And I didn't want to get married to a man who married me just because of this child.
Pregnant. Wow.
I needed to be loved.
Ooh.
And I wanted true
You're
love.
leading with love. I want this, and I need to know that when you're
Short
coming
of
to
love,
me,
I don't want it.
oh,
If it's raising the child alone, I'm okay. But don't settle with me just because of your own child.
girl.
Yeah, at that young age, we had that conversation. And I remember looking at his face and he was feeling clashed. Like, you really think I'm with you just because you got pregnant. You know, I loved you. I'm the one who even said we moved together. I want you. I want to marry you. And it's true. When we first started dating, going back, he would tell his friend, I found a wife. She will be my wife. No,
Really?
he would always say that.
Look
and
at
I would
that.
look like him, like, who's being your wife? I'm not ready to get
not
married.
me.
Honestly, that time I used to think I would be those who would get married at 30. I didn't
Here
see
you
myself
are.
getting married young.
Yes.
I honestly did not see it.
So let's fast forward because
Yeah.
I really want folks to hear that story.
Yeah.
And I want them to hear, well, you guys, I'm sorry, but we're going to jump this story.
Yeah.
And we're going to jump to Malindi.
Yes.
Because Malindi
Years
is
later.
very critical
Yes.
to who you are and
Yes.
how we really connected on top of everything
Very
else.
true. Very true.
You talked about, at some point, I remember, I think, you know what? Share the story. Share the story of Malindi.
So, Malindi is a very emotional story. Sometimes I sit down to think of this woman I am today and how it was born. And it's just filled me with some sort of, I don't know, mixed feelings. So, anywho, we moved. That time we were in UK about the baby. Forget that. We moved to US, we moved back to Kenya, and then we are in Canada.
And her book has literally this
Everything.
whole journey.
Audacious
So get
Dreamer.
that book. Yes, the Audacious
It
Dreamer.
has all that story. We moved to Canada. I was so stressed, Lusan. I was so stressed.
Why are you stressed? Why?
I was stressed because we first, remember, we moved from UK, I just said, went to US.
Yeah.
Then we thought we come back, we built this dream house and we moved back to Kenya when my second baby was just born. So I was 31, going to 32, I think. Right
Also,
there.
there's a big age gap between the little one
And the little one is 18 going to 19 and the big one is 20. See, big gap, huge gap. Born 1996, the other one born 2005. So big gap. So this dream life, we've come back. But remember, I've lived out of this country since I was 18. Now we've come back.
Come back
with
to
two
Kenya.
children.
You're wanting to move back to Kenya.
Wanting to move
Got it.
back, build this beautiful home.
Yes.
Now we're back here. We want to build our life here.
Yes.
Then, was it 2007 clashes happened? That time.
Yes, the financial crisis of the world.
And also Kenya, there was
it was the world.
It was the world,
It was the world, yeah.
And we are packing again. We are leaving. We are going to Canada.
So hold on, pause. So you come back here.
Yes.
You guys are relocating to
Yes.
Kenya. Then the financial crisis.
Things happened. There was
What
also
causes
crisis
you to-
in Kenya
Yeah.
and everything is happening. There was
There's
also
also the tribal
clashes
clashes
that
in
was
Kenya.
happening
Yes,
in Kenya.
2007
And for the
and
first time,
2008.
my children look at me and ask me, what tribe are we? Because I've never talked about tribe in my house. Yes, and I was born in UK. Maxine was born in US. That's all they know.
Yeah.
We don't speak you are Kikuyu, you are Ruwa, whatever. This thing happened. And all of a sudden I had to explain this to my children. And the next thing, we've only lived in that house for 8 months. Now we have to pack and leave.
Okay, so you're trying to settle in Kenya.
And now I have to...
With all the clashes that are going on, you
Yes.
decide you're going to leave.
We're going to leave for the sake of my children
Got
because
it.
I felt this was affecting their
Got
well-being.
it.
This was affecting me.
Mm.
And I thought, no, we need to leave. And that's how we went to Canada. So when we went there, though, I was so stressed. I was trying to find myself. I thought I had found my footing in Kenya. I'm
Yes.
back home with this
Yes.
life I was proud
Yeah.
of. And I have to go look for jobs again.
Mm.
And I have these young kids that need to be taken. You know, life abroad.
Yes,
I
know
don't
how
have a
it is.
helper.
Yeah.
It's you who is working. It's you who's cleaning the house. It's
Yes.
you everything.
Yes.
Yeah. I was super stressed. And with that, my skin, Lusan.
Okay.
You see, I'm light skinned,
Yeah.
but people would speak to my pimples instead of me when they spoke to me.
No.
I swear, I had this.
Do we
big
have
cystic
pictures that we
acne.
can show?
I'll look for them and send it to you.
We do.
I'll look.
So what we're going to do, you guys, for those of you who are watching on YouTube, If you're listening, rather, you might want to hop on YouTube so that you can see the pictures that we are putting on the screen. Oh my goodness. Yes.
So it was so bad. Hey, self-esteem. You think only young people suffer self-esteem. Even grown-ass women.
Yeah.
Excuse my language.
Yes. Yeah,
It really affected everything about me. Whether it's my marriage, I felt like I wasn't attractive to my husband. I felt even him, like he was just telling me, you look beautiful, just to tell me.
Yeah.
My own children started asking me, Mommy, what happened to your face?
But because, also children come from a place of innocence.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why is your face like that, Mommy? Why you have these big pimples, Mommy?
Oh, wow.
Honestly, Lusan, I'd wake up 4 a.m. to go to the washroom and I light up the bathroom light and I look in the mirror and start crying, hoping the pimple have shrunk a little bit, only to find it has multiplied. Then, when you're stressed, you don't sleep well.
Yeah.
When you don't sleep well, you start showing sign of aging so fast.
Yeah.
Fatigue.
Yes.
Your skin is dry. Your skin is, you just don't look well.
Yes.
You get what I mean?
I get it.
So, at that particular time, as fate would have it, I was a youth teacher. Yes, me. I've been a youth teacher.
Hello, look at you. It's like you've lived all these many lives. Yes.
So I came through this time in my life where I was stressed. Nothing seems to work well. Yes. I've come to Kenya. We've gone back to Canada. I don't have friends. I literally am the first generation in my family to ever step foot in Canada. Unlike US, UK, where I have family members, Canada was a new territory for me and my husband. Yeah. Even for him, he doesn't have family members there. Yeah. Now we are there. I don't know anybody. I've left my family behind. I was so stressed. Anyway, as fate would have it though, Canada became a country that really favored me and my family. Seriously, a lot of things were working, going well, but then I had this hole inside me. Like I really felt so stressed. I found a job. I was working, but then I wasn't happy. I was feeling like there's something missing. Yeah. I started looking for what else can I do. And then, as fate would have it, every time I went to work, people would tell me, "Girl, why are you doing this kind of work? You look like you should be."
What kind of work were you doing?
Then I would ask people that I was working in nursing home, doing care job, nursing job, all those kind of
Got
jobs.
it. Yeah.
And then people, when you go in a new country, before you can find the
you
job,
suit your foot in. Yes, I know. You do what you have to do to pay bills. I did that too. Yeah.
So now, I would then ask myself, they keep on telling me this, but nobody's really give me advice as to, girl, what can I do? When I look at you, this
is what I see
the path that you should
But
take.
At least they can see you don't belong there.
But they could see I don't belong there.
Like, did you feel like you didn't belong there?
I did. I did. I felt like there's more to me than just what I offered, than just going for one, shift work. We used to call them shift work.
Yes, yeah.
I felt like there's more to, I don't know. It bothered me. So I started looking, what is that more? I want to come to this story of my rent.
Yes.
Then a lady called Connie told me, I have a business proposal. I would love to come to your house and show you. Okay. That's how multi-level business was introduced to me, called Amway.
Amway business. I know that one.
You got that one,
I know it.
I started doing that. I killed it, Lausanne. I killed it because something started telling me I was going level. Don't make me silver,
you're
gold,
enough, yeah.
Allah, going to platinum, Allah in a hurry. I was
you got to platinum?
I was like, hello. So this is what I do good, which is talking. For those who can see me, I'm kind of,
she's using her fingers to
mimic.
My
gob. I'm talking. I can convince people. And I was like, okay, no wonder I don't feel comfortable in hospitals. No wonder I no longer enjoy giving people medication or side, we call it bedside care. But when I'm not enjoying it anymore, I'm not feeling like it's my calling anymore. It's not connecting with me. I'm not enjoying wearing the scrub and sneakers. I lived in scrubs and sneakers. Yes. No nail polish, my hair hot at the back, no makeup. You can imagine that kind of a girl. I don't know. All of a sudden, I started feeling like, I'm finding myself. But still, there was something missing. During this time, I'm breaking up. I am breaking out. The stress of trying to work.
So as you're doing this Amway, you're killing it in the business. you still feel there's an emptiness on the inside.
Serious
And your
one.
skin is still breaking out in this
My
season.
Still breaking out because I'm trying to think, is there, honestly, I was doubting everything. Let me be honest here. Let me just take my clothes out in public.
Yeah.
I was doubting everything from motherhood, marriage, everything about my life. Like, is this what life has to offer?
Oh, wow.
You mean marriage is all about this? I come home, I cook, I clean, I take care of children, take care of a husband, go to work, repeat. No, seriously.
Because that means there was a deeper calling on the inside.
There was
something that's calling you.
I need you
but
guys
you don't
to
know
know this. I have a loving husband.
Mm.
I better give credit where it's due.
Yes.
A good father to his children who was a partner in taking care of my children.
Yeah.
It's not like those husbands who don't go to the kitchen, cook or whatever. No, it was partnership.
Yes.
But I still felt, I remember feeling it so strongly.
Yeah.
I need more than this.
Yes.
It's not love. Sometimes it's not enough, you guys. It's a song that says that. Sometimes love is not enough.
Love is not enough.
I need more than love. I know I have it. I know my children love me. But who am I as Paris? Who is Paris?
Who is
without
Paris?
my husband, without my
Yes.
children? Who is me? That thing was eating me inside.
You know, can I pause there? Because I think this is really important that the viewer and you hear that. You're a mother, you're working, but you have a loving husband. In fact, things are, in fact, you
Beautiful
say
life.
Canada has actually been really good for you guys.
Beautiful
You say
life.
it's working really well, but there's a depth. You're feeling like there's a hole on the inside. And it's manifesting, the stress is manifesting through your skin. That's how for you, it's beginning to show up.
It's beginning to show up in my skin. My skin is telling me something is
Yes.
not right inside you.
Yes, which tells you this is what we call a crossroads within self, where God has called you to something bigger than yourself. You're in the process of figuring it out.
It's like being pregnant. You go through that, morning sickness. The first, you are hating pregnancy.
Yes,
you look forward to it. For those who plan it, like I
Mhm.
planned my second
Yes,
baby.
yeah.
You're so excited you're pregnant. Then you
Right.
start going through morning sickness.
Yeah.
Then I don't want to smell of sausage.
Yes, or
Then
onions.
you start hating the same pregnancy you wanted.
Yes.
Then you're like, I can't wait to get rid of this thing. When are you coming out?
Yes.
But when the baby's born, you're like, now I understand all the struggle, all the pain, the journey. That was me. I was in that struggle of this pregnancy. I'm getting morning sickness.
Yes.
Hormonal.
So the struggle is you are now trying to figure out
what is this thing inside me?
And so what happens?
So, as one day, we call it family meeting in my house.
Okay. You do have family meetings because we have them every Sunday.
We allow you to be heard and to be seen in my family.
Okay.
Because growing up, I didn't get it. So in my own family, I said, when God gave me two beautiful daughters and my husband, I said, there's this thing we call family. If you feel oppressed, if you feel not happy, if you feel very happy, if you want us to celebrate, just lift your hands during dinner and say, family meeting, please.
Really?
And you have every right for us to now shut up and listen to you.
Okay, we're going to have to go off on a tangent just because you brought that up. And I think that's brilliant and it's beautiful. You said you didn't get it when you were growing up. What caused you to... Are you the one who started that tradition at home? Was it your husband?
It was me.
Why? Yes.
Because growing up, I wish my parent would have given me that opportunity because growing up in a family of Kikuyu, I don't know you all, but growing up there where the dads are the kings of
whatever they say goes. Yeah.
And in my house growing up, I was supposed to be seen, not to be heard. So when our dad came, you're quiet. Until you're spoken, then speak. Oh, wow. Then he can choose to listen to you or not listen.
And you've discovered you're a talker. And you probably knew all along you were a talker.
So
no
that's
wonder
why
you're
I was
like,
quiet.
I want to be... So you used to be seen,
I want to be
but
heard.
now you want to be heard.
Yes. And so you would say something, and if your dad doesn't want it, he'd dismiss you, and that's that. I don't know whether you grew up like that. Me, I grew up like that. Yeah. They will only do what they want to do, but not what you wanted. Yes,
So you decided we're gonna democratize this house. And
everybody
if you have
has a voice.
Everyone,
whether you contribute in this house to mortgage, that time bad mortgage in Canada, whether you pay mortgage here or you don't, the fact that you came from me, you should have a voice. I should hear you.
And I should hear you.
And I should see you.
I should see and hear you.
So just pick up your hands
Raise your
and
hand.
Say, I have something I want to share. Family meeting, please.
Jesus, okay.
We all stop.
Democracy, okay.
So I asked for family meeting.
Yes.
And everybody was like, what is it, mom?
Yes.
And I said, I need your blessing. And tears in my eyes. I said, husband, I need your blessing. This is going to be a big ask, but I need your blessing. Children, I need your blessing. Mom feel stress. I'll be honest with you. I don't know why, but I don't feel myself lately. And I don't feel like I'm going to be a good mother or a good wife if I continue like this.
Okay.
So I would want to go. We normally take annual vacation as family together, and we would do a local vacation also together. But I said, this one, I want an international vacation alone. Alone. My husband is looking at me like, you want an international vacation alone? No children, nothing.
No husband, nothing.
Baby, you're young for a midlife crisis. By that time, I was.
But how old are you now?
But right now I'm 50.
No. Then.
By that time, I was about 39.
Okay.
So he's like, you're a bit young for midlife crisis.
Oh, you're
I wasn't
a bit
even
young.
39. So I lied, Lausanne. I was about 36 because I came here 39. Yeah, 36.
Yeah.
So he's like, you're too young for midlife crisis. What is this thing? I'm like, honey, I can't explain it. But all I know, if you don't let me go for this vacation, I don't know what will happen. I just feel there's something about to happen big. And you may not like it or you might like it.
Yes, I don't know.
I don't know what kind of person I'll become when this thing that I'm feeling inside. And he looked at me and he tells me, we'll talk about it. And he tells the children, what do you think? If mommy leave us for 3-4 weeks, can we survive? And of course, my beautiful son, I say, yes, Daddy, I can help you. I'll help clean the house. I'll help you.
How young
I'll take my sister. She wasn't that young. She was like maybe 13.
13.
And so the sister, and she like, I'll help take care of my sister. When I think about it now, I feel like crying. And so it became this family thing. They're allowing for mommy to get better. Because I told them I'm not sick.
Yeah,
but I don't feel well.
because there's a higher calling that's calling to you, but you don't know what it is.
Yes.
Oof. Okay.
So as fate would have it, my dear darling husband bought the ticket for me and said, here is a ticket. When do you want to leave?
And now this time you've already decided where you're going? Like, had you had that
I
discussion?
said I'm going to come home.
Oh, you said you're going to Kenya.
How they
so the international is going to Kenya. Go back to what you know. Your home.
And
your homeland.
And
listen to the earth.
The Kikuyu say. What does Kikuyu say?
What do they say? I don't know what they say. What do they say? About what?
When nothing else is working, you go back to where you were born,
your roots,
and listen to what your ancestors are saying. I don't believe in that thing, but what Kikuyu say
no,
that.
But me do.
Go back and listen. I think I also believe because I
came
back
because
home.
You came back home. Why you saying you don't believe?
I believe.
Yes, yeah.
So I said I want to go, and I came. When I came now, listen. My brother, who by then had started working in Mombasa, was in Nairobi, and he said, I'll be taking you to. He said, well, how about we go to Mombasa together? I said, no, but I came to be alone.
Even you, brother, I'm sorry. I don't want you.
We said, no, let's go. See, then I can look for a nice hotel. I have connection. I can take you there. We spend one day together and we leave you alone. And I swear he did exactly that. He picked me up. We drove to Mombasa, spent with his family for a night. The following day, we went to Marindi. He booked a hotel. We spent one night with them. They left me. And I booked the hotel. I said, I'm going to be here for 2 weeks. Fully
by yourself.
Bored.
What are you planning to do? So you've come in. I mean, clearly.
Because I don't know. I just knew this. I needed some alone
quiet
time.
Okay.
I didn't want company.
So there was a knowing deep down.
Deep inside me, I felt I needed to just connect with me. Myself, and me. I wanted a meeting with me and I needed to arrive early in that meeting. And I didn't want distraction. Like, I don't want distraction on the way. Nobody calling, nothing. Me. I don't want to hear mommy. No. I don't want to hear honey, love. No. Nothing. I just wanted to hear my own self.
And you needed to come early to your own meeting.
On time. Be on time. So I swear, I didn't know what I was going to do, what I was going to find, but I came. So to speed up this story, the following day, I went, as you know, in Maridi, there's coconut tree. I went with my kaleso and put it at the coconut tree. And I just sat there and I started sobbing. I cried. Oh my. I cried. And I don't know why I'm crying.
Okay.
But I'm crying. But I'm crying.
Yes.
And the more, I told you, the more you're stressed, the more your skin reacts.
Yes.
Also.
Yes.
Yeah? So my skin was getting worse. And I'm like, I need At that time, I'm crying. I'm just crying. I fell asleep. I fell asleep. Deep sleep.
Yes.
Deep sleep. In that deep sleep, I always tell people, in my mind, even though I was asleep, I was asking myself, where can I go see a dermatologist in this country to have my skin treated? Oh, my skin is looking so bad. Oh my God, I'm doing Amway and I'm also selling stuff about skin. People, I was thinking about that thing. All those things are going in my mind, yeah? And I swear, Lusan, before I woke up, there was as clear as I'm speaking to you right now, voice inside me saying, you need to go back to school. You need to learn about skin. You need to know everything about taking care of your skin and to help other people to take care of their skin. You need to go back to school. All I could hear is, you need to go back to school. You need to go back to school. You need to go back to school. I woke up after crying.
Yes.
Then I woke up from a deep sleep.
And the words is, go back to school.
Go back to school. Go back to school. You need to help others. That's the same solution you're looking for you. Yeah. You need to look it for others. I'm like, when I woke up, I'm like, God, now speak.
He's already spoken, but you're like,
that was really you. Now come.
I'm awake.
I'm awake.
I'm ready to hear.
But you know, he doesn't repeat.
No, he doesn't.
But I got back in the plane. I went back to Canada. I asked for another family meeting. After that dream and everything, my time alone is done. Now I started enjoying myself because I was trying to look for where I can go for my skin. I decided,
let's go. I
called a few numbers. There was a dermatologist in Nairobi. There was one dermatologist somewhere in Nyeri.
Okay.
And another one I saw in Tanzania. I swear they came like 3 or something. I was like, so if I wanted to do my skin here, there's nobody. Voice, go back to school. Go back to school. No dermatologist.
Hold on. So when you say there's no dermatologist,
I was in Nyeri. Yeah, I tried because I was like, since I'm here for 2 weeks.
Yes, yeah.
And I have all the time. I have no child to take care of. I'm not going to work.
Yeah.
You are in an all-paid resort.
Yes, yeah.
Not cooking, nothing.
Yeah.
Let me go see a dermatologist or somebody.
Oh, you want to see someone there, but then what came up was they were all far. There was no
one in Nyeri. There was none there in Marindi that time. Maybe now there is.
Yeah.
And there was one in Nairobi. I was like, okay, I think I know what going back to school means. Lusan, as I was going back in the plane, I sat there knowing that when I go back, I'm asking for another meeting and I'm going to go back to school. From that minute, I started looking about everything, how to become a dermatologist or a medical esthetician or anything to do with skin. Okay. How do you treat skin? What kind of school do you go to?
So now you're doing the research, you go home, you raise your hand, you call for another meeting. What are you telling them in the meeting?
Another big one. Another big ask.
What happens?
Children, mommy's back. Mommy's back. She's not much better, but she's a little happier.
Okay.
And I have another thing to ask. They go, what now, Mom? Mommy's going to be going back to school. So
hold on, is that an ask or is that a tell?
I don't know. It's because I don't have money.
Okay.
So I'm asking and telling at the same time. So I'm hoping. See, remember, I wanted to go. My husband has bought tickets. Yes. Now I've come back. Now I'm saying I have another big ask. Mommy, have decided if you are going to support to go back to school. We are going to be doing homework together. We are going to be going to school together. So it means everybody here going to become a chef. We are cooking this house. We are cleaning this house. So if you get home before others, make yourself a sandwich if that's what you can make. And make us too.
Yes.
We're going to start doing this thing.
Right.
Then hold on. My husband look at me and say, hang on. We have not discussed this. You're going back to school. Where? I don't know. But I know I had this voice that told me I need to go back to school and I'm going to listen.
Yes.
So we need to find where I'm going to go to school.
And now you're going to study.
How much it's going to cost. Yes. And how I'm going to get that money. But I've decided I need to go back to school.
Right.
The kids look at me, they say, wow, Mommy. You know how kids get excited.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing homework together. Wow. The kids are excited, but my husband is not. Because it's like, we need to talk about this.
We gotta talk about it because it's a hefty investment.
It's a hefty investment. Yeah. Now there's school fees that will be involved.
By the way, your school and the kids' school,
And now your salary also, what you are earning, is it going to go? So where you are helping in this house, who's going to pay those bills too now? Right? So it's not just a simple ask. That's what I'm saying. It's another big ask.
It's a big ask. So now we're doing this ask. We are going to school. How long does it take you to go to school?
Exactly.
What do you study? What happens? And when does your skin clear up?
And now that's when now I sat down with my husband after talking to the kids. Kids were just excited. They are okay. They give me their brushing. But now I had to really make my husband understand. Listen, I had this voice. This is what I think I'm going to do. Instead of being looking for solution out there, I want to become the solution.
Ooh.
I want to become the solution to skin of color.
Does this connect with you also?
Completely. No, listen, let me tell you one thing. The power of spoken word. The moment I connected with that call, the moment I explained it to my husband, and the moment we found a school and find how much and decided I'm going to pay in installment, because that's how I did, and decided I'm still going to continue working part-time. So when I'm not going to school, like on the weekend, you're going to work and maybe one day. So I started doing like maybe 30 hours a week as opposed to 40, sometimes 20 hours a week, like that. The moment, I swear, I kid you not, my skin started clearing. I kid you not.
Hold on.
The moment I decided I'm going to find solution for me, other women, I'm going to study everything there is about skin. I'm going to learn what there is. I'm going to school to study this, to help others. The moment I connected with that to the core,
your skin started clearing.
My skin started
Are
clearing.
you putting anything at that
No,
moment?
I'm just, the usual thing that I was, different this, different that. By the way, that's another story going back. I used to use Vaseline on my face
Sorry,
for
honey.
so long.
Listen, I hope you're not going to diss Vaseline because that thing has kept me for years.
No, I used
and we've talked about that.
I used to, until I realized what Vaseline do and what doesn't and why it's good and why it's not good, all those good stuff.
But let's move forward.
Move forward now. The moment I connected with that, and I started now going to school, studying about skin and how to help others, and knowing that when I finish school, I want to serve others by making sure their skin issue are solved from inside out. I will learn everything. I swear the moment I connected with that call, Lusan, my skin started clearing.
My goodness.
I kid you not.
You know what? I believe that. And I understand that because I truly do believe the minute we connect with our calling and the minute we know, it's almost like once everything clicks on the inside, everything on the outside also begins to show up. And I believe that is why you are feeling that the heaviness and the crying, and you felt I really needed to be alone, connect back to myself.
I cried to God.
Cried to him until you heard that answer. And now as we wrap up this session, because we're going to move to our next session, which is called Takeaways. And the takeaways, I want you to take us back and let us know, what are the things that you've been able to take away from skincare? You've been able to now take care of your skin. It cleared up in itself. You've helped other women. I'm one of those who's been a great beneficiary of the help that you've helped me now with my skin. I came in a little bit late, but nonetheless, I say it's never late. It's better late than never. What's been the biggest lesson so far in your journey and in your story? And we can finish the other part in the takeaway. So far as you've been there.
So far, it's learning, first of all, that it's not just about skin health.
Yeah.
It's overall health.
Overall health.
I think a lot of, let's say women, both men and women, because I treat both men and women.
Yes.
A lot of us, we concentrate so much on my skin.
Yeah.
But it's not just about your skin.
Yes.
Most of the time, what is showing up in your skin, it's got nothing to do with your skin, girlfriend.
Yes.
It's got something to do with a lot going inside of
you.
you.
I love it.
For me, it was stress. It could be the environment you are.
Yes.
You're not happy. It could be the food you're eating.
Yes.
You're not eating well.
Yes.
It's a lot of things. It's not just one thing.
Yeah.
So when people come to my clinic and they start asking me, what is the one thing I can do to clear my skin? I go, there's nothing like one thing, baby. We're going to have to sit down and see, how did we get here? And how do we get out of here?
How did we get here and how do we get out of here? You guys, how amazing has this first session been with Paris? Now we are going to be moving into our next session. We call that takeaways. In the takeaways, Paris is going to show us how do we get and how do we move from where you are to where you need to be. Because I love what she said. She says, baby, it's not just one thing. We got to look at the whole thing. And so she's brought some cute, beautiful nutritional things because I truly believe skincare, there's a lot that nutrition also covers in. And she's also talked to us about life, etc. So let's move to the next session, our takeaways with Paris, and let's see what she's brought for us to take away.
Oh, you guys. Now, for this session, you've heard what Paris has told us. And her biggest takeaway was changing your skin, changing your health is not just one thing. In fact, she tells the women who go into our studio, we're not focusing on one thing. We're going to focus on everything, holistic lifestyle. And that's what I love about her. In fact, have you seen how amazing she looks, right? Have you seen how good her skin looks? Yes, 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 girl. And so in this takeaway session, we are going to be preparing a smoothie that you've said, this is really good for our skin.
It's really
good. Yes.
If you know something about skin, you need antioxidants.
Yes.
You need to fight the free radicals.
Yes.
And as much as you come to our clinic and we give you topical cream to put on your skin, what are you putting inside your gut?
I love. What are you putting inside your gut?
Yeah.
And so what you're saying we should put inside our gut is what? What do you have for us?
I really love this smoothie because this is spinach, baby spinach. We'll start with that. This is coconut water.
Okay. And we're going to make a smoothie, right?
Yes.
Okay, so should I just start throwing them in?
Yes,
okay.
please. To save us time.
Okay.
We have cucumbers, we have avocado, we have mango, we have lemon, and we have orange.
Okay.
Now, if you can see this, it's all color. We need a lot of color.
Different colors. Yes.
Because I hear some people saying, but I only love oranges.
Oh.
But if you only eat oranges, then you're not getting a whole balanced diet.
And a whole array of different nutrients.
And the reason why I choose this, Rosanna, you might ask, we can keep on adding
them. Okay, hold on.
You
know one of the things I like to do? Yeah, I like to first blend.
Blend that. Wow.
The spinach and get them fully done. It's okay.
Now just throw everything.
You just throw everything.
Yeah. The difference between nutritionist and me?
No.
She knows how to do it.
I'm just in the kitchen. So
I just throw things in.
I do too sometimes, but it's always very good to grind, especially spinach. Sometimes it can be hard for it to really be.
As we are putting this thing, I'll tell you why I choose this thing.
Please.
We know we want good fats.
Yes.
Avocado goes for that.
Good
for hydration of the
avocado.
skin. Yes. We know we want vitamin C. So the oranges and lemon. That's why we are putting them there.
Are we putting the whole avocado or half an avocado?
Half an avocado.
Half should be good. This is for one serving for one person.
Yes.
Okay.
Half an avocado should be enough.
Okay.
Yeah? So, this cucumber has something called keratin, which is good for your hair and for your nails. Remember, we're not just about skin.
Yes.
It's wholesome,
the whole body.
Yes.
So this is going to take care of the hair and the nails.
Nails and the skin, right? So we're going to add some mangoes.
Or mango. Let's go with mango first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mango.
That's okay, girl. We're going to get the mangoes. By the way, I grew up in Thika.
Yeah.
And we had a mango tree. Girl, I used to climb up our mango tree.
Yeah.
And then there was this day, me and my sister had a competition. Who is going to eat the most mangoes? I'm not kidding. You know mango season in Kenya?
Yeah.
Man, I think I ate 26 mangoes.
You're not kidding.
I'm not kidding you.
You're not serious.
Listen, we are not losing this game.
Did you get sick?
I don't even remember. My sister ate 21 mangoes. No, it was like a fest where we just ate mangoes.
Oh my
and your girl used to climb up the trees to get them also. I know. People see me and they're seeing this girl who's a whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we've thrown in mangoes.
We've frozen mango and then we're going to squeeze some lemon.
We're going to squeeze some lemon.
You will be doing it Paris's way.
But
I just throw everything and then I bread it and I'm out. I don't have a lot of time in the kitchen.
She doesn't have a lot of time.
5 minutes and I'm out. So, and I get me my smoothie.
Okay. Now, what's great about lemon? Why lemon?
First of all, lemon has got the highest vitamin C. We need for what? For antioxidants.
Yes.
Right? We need that. It brighten your skin too, naturally, from inside now. Yep. When we say brightening your skin, people are like, are you talking about bleaching the skin?
No.
We are talking about bringing your growth from inside out. Right? Also to help when you go half. Whole will be a bit too
on the bitter side.
Okay. And orange even half also.
Half an orange.
Yes. Remember, when you go out in the sun, right? You need to protect yourself from the sun.
Yes.
When you take lemon in your juice or you take lemon in your water or in your smoothie like this one, believe it or not, you're also protecting yourself a little bit from the damage that comes from the sun.
So you're saying protect yourself from the inside.
Yes. As much as you're going to put sunscreen. Because I won't leave here without saying you must use sunscreen. But this is from inside.
This is from the inside.
All these things has got paraffinols. Paraffinols are good for you. And that's why we put the spinach.
Can I ask you?
Yeah.
Me, I feel bad throwing away the fiber.
How do you eat it? You gotta eat it.
Oh, you eat it. Can I?
That's what I do.
That's how you eat it. Okay. Yes, because I'm saying we're squeezing the juice.
No.
And I like the fiber.
No, the fiber. You
sweet
it. Yes.
You can throw it
you
in.
can throw it in.
Good.
If you love pups, there's some people who don't love the pups, and that's why I don't love the pups, so I don't put
Pulp
it in.
is
Pulp.
good for you, folks.
I know, but there's some people who hate it in their drinks.
But
So
if you have
I
a
can
good-
eat it like this,
I
but
do too.
in
I
the
do
drink
too.
I don't want it. So
Okay,
depending with who kind of person
Got
you
it.
are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We're democratic also even over here.
It's very
Even here
true.
we'll be democratic. You see how she's democratic in her house? Even in the kitchen, we're going to be democratic.
Exactly.
Okay.
So to be honest,
Yeah.
why I choose fruits? As much as fruit also people say they have sugar.
And
And we
do.
know when you think of sugar, I like hey sugar.
Yeah.
When you think of sugar, you think of wrinkles. To me, in the
You think
skin
of?
world. Wrinkles.
Oh, wrinkles. Yes.
If you are
yes.
overdoing sugar, you cannot afford wrinkles.
Yes. Yeah.
If nothing else they get today, I know
Okay.
you are high sugar.
Yes.
Sugar equal wrinkles.
Okay.
So the reason I like to do smoothies is because they don't have that, fruits don't have that much sugar, they have good sugar.
They have good fruit juice.
You know,
Yeah.
fruit juice,
Fruit
right?
juice, yeah.
Also, you can overdo it with it too.
You can.
You can overdo it with fruit. Just because they're healthy doesn't
Don't
mean now you are overeating them. Yeah? Because that's
Mm.
a mistake women do all the time.
Yes.
Oh, but I'm eating healthy. You eat 3 oranges. You squeeze 3 oranges for a juice and you say it's a healthy. No.
That part, the squeezing part, because if you squeeze oranges, it's easier to drink orange juice than it is to eat a whole orange because there's the fiber in there.
Very true.
Oh, and then we got
Collagen.
collagen.
Peptide collagen.
Peptide collagen.
If there's something I'll tell you,
Yes.
if you're ever going to go buy a good skincare,
Mhm.
make sure that it has peptides,
It has peptides
growth
in it.
factors,
Mhm.
you know, it has vitamin C,
Yep.
E, A.
Mhm.
And that's what this smooth has.
Oh,
Right now.
so
Why
we got-
collagen, you ask? eh?
Uh-huh.
It's the glue that holds us together. Rosanne, me and you, we are in our 50s. now.
Correct. We
Um,
are in our
Thank you,
50s.
We look good. We're killing it. But here's the thing. Our face did not look like this.
Yes.
When it might look like this a little bit when we
Mhm.
were on our 20, but it was fuller. The reason why is our cells were thick like this.
Yes.
The fat inside our skin is collagen in
Yes.
there
Yes.
was full.
Yes.
And as we get older, it get depleted a
Yes.
little.
Yeah. it did.
Now, girlfriend, as much as we look good,
Mm.
we've lost some collagen.
We have
But how do we get it back in our skin?
nutrition.
Thank you.
Nutrition.
That is why you cannot have a clear skin without nutrition.
Can I
Whether
blend
that's
this?
food, yes,
Yes,
please.
yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes.
yeah, yeah.
And it's really good.
And also, can I just say, also investing in a good blender is so helpful because this blender,
Yeah.
it really is able to get everything
Very
and
true.
it makes the consistent. Oh my God, this
So
looks
smooth.
beautiful.
I just use the
Yes.
little bulletin thing for
That's
one
okay.
person.
That's okay.
Like I said, I'm always in a hurry.
Yes.
So, you know the bulletin you do when you cut it,
Yes.
you go drink
there
it in
you
your car.
go.
Oh, look at this. Look at
This.
that.
Yeah, yeah.
This is all goodness in a grass.
goodness. Oh, I like that.
This thing
Goodness
is
in
filling
a
because
glass.
of fiber,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Everything we put there,
Yep.
like oranges are very high in fiber,
Mhm,
right?
mhm.
So when you drink it, it's not only that your stomach is going to be full,
Full.
but your skin will thank you for
Your
it
skin
because
will
now you're
thank you
treating
for
it
it.
from inside
There we
out.
go. Let's do a taste tester.
Lovely, not sweet,
Mm.
not bitter, just perfect.
I would have this any day.
It's a
I
good
would have
breakfast.
every day, seriously. And in fact, for me, for breakfast, I would not have this small thing. I would have a little bit of a bigger glass.
Yeah.
So that, because like me, I'm also quite active.
Yeah.
But this is really good.
You drink this, Lusan, and even if you don't eat anything for breakfast, you're good. Because you know why? Again, I know you're all about gut health.
Yes.
And skin and gut health
This
goes
is good.
together.
Yeah.
So if you're somebody who's always eating those heavy breakfasts, you need to really let go a little bit and try smooth for just 1 week.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
allow your gut to just get
Heal.
rid of
Yes.
heal and to get
Mm.
rid of all those
Toxins. that could be
toxin and
there.
everything.
Yeah.
Somehow you see your skin just starting.
And
to
I'm telling you,
improve.
that is so true. This is beautiful. Now, as we're closing this segment, what would you want the audience to know? This one woman who's watching, she's listening. What would you say? This would be the biggest takeaway I want for you when I think about a healthy lifestyle and I think about wellness in total. What are those 3 takeaways?
Number one,
you
like
give
I
them?
said, think sugar, think wrinkles, reduce sugar. in your intake, whether that's in white bread. You know, when we say sugar, people think it's the sugar we put in the tea.
Yes.
No, sugar is hidden in white rice. Sugar is hidden in white bread.
Yes.
Sugar is hidden in so many things.
Yes.
So it's not just the sugar we add on our tea.
Correct.
So kindly, when you go shopping, think of that.
Okay.
Sugar equal wrinkles. So reduce on your sugar and your face will age gracefully. Yes. Number 2, sunscreen.
Without a doubt, sunscreen.
You can eat all these. You can eat good like this. Yeah. But if you're just going to walk outside that door without protecting your skin, wrinkles is still going to happen. If there's one thing that ages you so fast.
Are you sure? Can I?
Sundays.
Really? That's what I know. I want us to end, but is that not a marketing ploy? I don't know what makes me think that.
No,
way.
it's not. Not unless, okay, you know, like I said, there's so many other natural things you can use to protect your skin. But you can wear a hat. You can wear a long sleeve. There's so many ways that you can protect. But the truth of the matter is, the sunscreen work as a mabati iron sheet that's protecting a house from getting damaged, from the wind, from the environment, from it does help with a lot of things. You know, that lace, when it goes, you know, skin cancer is real. Yes, I know we don't have time to discuss about this. Yeah. But when people say, is this? No, I go, so is skin cancer. If you're using at least sunscreen, you are protecting yourself from that.
Skin protection, number 2. Sunscreen, number 2.
Nutrition. Yeah. And then if you're going to use topical creams, anything skincare, please make sure that it has vitamin C for cell turnover. If you're not helping your cell to turn over, then the dead skin, the dry skin start happening, wrinkles start happening. So vitamin C in your skincare routine is a must. All
right, y'all. You heard her. We are reducing our sugar intake. We're making sure we're wearing sunscreen, and vitamin C is a must. Paris, thank you so much. In fact, I feel like we need another part. If you guys have loved her story, there's so much that we didn't talk about. We had to rush this because obviously we got so much time. We're going to put a link below on our episode. If you want to get her book, if you want to learn more about what she does on skincare, we're going to put that below on the link below. We're going to put a link below this episode. And if you want to reach out to her, her contact is below. So please go ahead and reach out to her. We appreciate each one of you coming. Paris, thank you for coming. Thank you for sharing your story. If you have any questions, go ahead. Ask them below this episode. If you guys want to see her again, let us know. We'd love to hear from you. And as always, remember, you subscribe. Can you tell them to subscribe? Subscribe.
Hey, sugar guys.
All right, guys. Thank you all for being with us. We appreciate you. And as always, remember, you've got one life, you've got one body, and we want you to treasure it. Bye.
Love that. Oh, man. Would you want to treasure it? Wow.